This is the problem they say they need more of our money to fix. And with so much sewage and so much anger, the extra billions water companies will be allowed to add to our bills, in the words of the Chancellor, is a bitter pill. And in the words of bill payers,
with the cost of living, nobody can afford for their water bills to go up anymore. Yeah. So maybe the companies actually need to do their jobs.
All the CEOs are just working for themselves. The little people, they're not bothered about. Never have been, never will be.
Those CEOs of water companies in England and Wales had drawn up plans to spend £105 billion in all on improvements. Today, the response from the regulator, Ofwat, in its draft price review, saying yes to less, approving £88 billion.
Our announcement today is actually of the biggest increase in investment to generate a step change in the day-to-day performance of water companies in areas that customers really care about.
This draft plan would mean water bills going up by 21% on average, putting annual bills up by £19, and across 5 years, it's an increase of £94. Those figures don't factor in inflation and their averages, with big differences between the different water companies. For Thames Water customers, bills would go up by 23%. For Northumbrian Water, it's 11%. And the biggest increase, Southern Water, with bills up 44%. It's your role as the regulator to have the back of the bill payer, basically, to stand up for them. Bill payers won't feel like you've got their back today, will they?
We've scrutinised those business plans forensically to ensure that customers won't pay a penny more than they need to for this vital investment. We've also included mechanisms such that if the investment isn't made in a way that generates benefits, we'll claw the money back and we'll give it back to customers in the form of lower bills.
If you've got a water company that's in serious financial danger, you're not going to claw that money back off them, are you?
The clawback is automatic, and if the commitments aren't met, the money gets clawed back and given to customers. Now, what is also true is that some companies are on their knees, and when companies are on their knees, sometimes you have to stop punching.
The most on its knees of the water companies is also the biggest. Today, Ofwat also announced that Thames Water is being put in special measures, while the new Secretary of State seemed to rule out renationalisation.
It would cost billions of pounds, slow down cleaning up our waterways. I want to get on and clean up the water as fast as we can. Toughening regulation is the right way to do that.
What next? More wrangling before the price rise decisions are finalised in December. And from the body representing water companies, the claim today, more money will be needed.
We understand this is a tough time for very many people and bill rises are never welcome, but this decision by Ofwat puts our environment and our economy at risk. The recovery of our rivers will be slower, house building will be increasingly blocked, and our economy and the wider growth will not happen as much as we need it to.
3, 2, 1, go, and it's one at once.
Those words are unlikely to quell the protests.
Through some slightly questionable scooping, you win.
Yes.
With campaigners calling out the bonuses and the dividends paid out in the decades since privatisation, as well as the sewage spilling into waterways, and last year happening even more often despite the promises to improve.
I don't know how a sewage treatment plant works. I'm not going to stand here and claim that I could design a much better system. I sympathise that a lot of the infrastructure we rely on was built by the Victorians over 100 years ago. But for the last 30 years or so, it's been a privatised network, and they've just been scooping all of that money out of our rivers when we should have been scooping poops instead.
The promises of more investment, new infrastructure, less pollution have been made before. The question, whether this latest plan to deliver them will work.